Hello, it's Crypto CJ. Welcome to the Monday night Zoom trade of the day. It's been awful. There's no way to sugarcoat it. Bitcoin's down over 20% since Friday. A lot of the altcoins are worse. Yeah, let's just go to the chart. We'll start from there. Okay, you guys should be seeing my Bitcoin 1 hour chart. All right, I'll assume you're seeing it.
Yes.
We've got, since Friday morning, 21% drop in Bitcoin.
Wow.
And I'm not sure if 30,000 is going to hold. So, but on the bigger, if we go back out to the day chart, let's take a closer look at where our supports are. I drew this line back in July of last year, just around 29,150 looks like, with some support in that area. And then, yeah, we've got some more around here. 30K has been holding the few times it's been touched. It's dipped below a little bit and then come back, but that's where, that's the last stand. If we don't have that, then there's nothing here, to keep us from going down to, some down here on 18.7, and down here is like 10,000. So I'm 50-50 that that 30K is going to hold. I mean, may dip down to 28 or so and bounce back. But with the total carnage we have in the markets, it seems, I don't know, not real productive to structure this program the way I usually do. So I'm thinking about just going over the markets and getting some feedback from you guys and what your approach is in something like this. I will look at a couple altcoin alert recommendations, and after that, I'm probably going to throw it open just to whatever you guys want to talk about. So let's look at Ethereum too. So Ethereum is basically the same as Bitcoin. It's dropped 21% in the same time. It's just following Bitcoin. So I'd like to see Ethereum separate more, but it has not. Still got the news up here. Well, we're seeing a little bit of green in here now. The UTC time just changed, so we have 6 minutes of green for some of these coins. But we will see if 2,000 holds for Ethereum and 30K holds for Bitcoin. Now, why are these things happening? I was talking before the recording started. CryptNation just had a market update about half an hour ago. It's sort of blending the things that we've talked about already. The war in Ukraine, the Fed raising interest rates. The very annoying connection that Bitcoin seems to have with the Nasdaq. They're all at-risk assets, and during this turbulent, uncertain time, people are going to dump those things and flee to cash. So that seems to be what's happening here. The fundamentals in cryptos are still good. Ethereum and Bitcoin have not changed in the last few weeks, but the prices have sure taken a beating. So what are you guys doing? I'm curious to know, some of the senior traders who watch this. I mean, I've got a plan in place that I'm going to talk about, but I'm curious to see what you guys are doing too. So I'm going to buy some Ethereum and Bitcoin. I'll state that. I don't want to. I'm uncomfortable about it. That's usually the best time to buy, when you're uncomfortable. So anybody else have an approach that they're using for this dip sequence?
The fear and greed index is worth a look.
Yeah, you're right. Let's bring that up. It was 11 over the weekend. And I've been putting it in my emails to you guys, so you can see it there. I don't know what the problem is with iCoinPro, but I can usually get a, yeah, here we go, fear and greed index. Shoot, it's not coming up, but that's not it.
Just go to the, just type in fear and greed index. There's a website that has it. Just get it
Yeah,
straight from there.
that's a reasonable
Or
request.
it's on, what's the name's? Connie's posted one this morning, so you can get it off there as well.
I'll try it here. All right. Yeah, this is what Craig's talking about. Fear and greed index, extreme fear at 10. I think I've seen
I've
it.
never seen it that low before.
I think during COVID, I saw it in single digits briefly, but this is the lowest I've seen it since COVID that I can remember. But some of you others might have a better memory than me.
Pretty scary.
Super scary. Time to buy.
What's the rule? Buy when others are fearful and sell when others are greedy.
Yep. Yep. Well, thanks for that suggestion, Craig. So, you know, I'm, you know, on Bitcoin, I've got some low buy orders in. Let's get closer. Going down here, I'm like at 30,001, 28,000, 26,000. In Ethereum, I've got 2,000, 1,800. So it's not a lot of money. I don't do much swing trading anyway, but I do like to have a bag of the Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's going to be my approach. I will have some other income, some other crypto income that coming in, so I might buy. I'm interested in buying Luna and Solana as well. Luna is just falling like a rock. This is a crater.
Ouch.
I shorted this today. It picked up, you know, 9.8% or something like that. And then it just kept on falling. I'm not complaining, but I got it at, I caught this up here. Sorry, it was yeah, right around 48 down to 43. I picked up this move, and then it just kept dropping. Now we do have a news item with Luna that the UST stablecoin, you know, connected to this project has fallen below 95 cents. I've seen it, some reports as low as 80, but sometimes during dumps like this, these you know, stable coins do lose their peg, but they usually bounce back. But this one's really taken more abuse than any other coin that I've seen today. If I go on my list, I think this one's the biggest drop. Well, it's changed over due to the time change, but yeah, it's dropped, you know, 8% in 12 minutes. So
Whoa.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I got stuck in a long, I don't know if you remember Friday, we were talking about this. And I
yeah.
said to you, it looks like you should short it. And then while that was going on, I got thrown into a long on something I didn't even think could open up on
Okay.
Luna. And that's really thrown things into a tailspin for my account.
Bummer. Well, this is one I want to buy. The project's solid. I mean, you know,
Give you a good
the
deal
peg
on
will
mine.
come back probably. So I'm not sure where the entry point is, but I do want to talk briefly about, or does anyone have anything to say about Luna before we move on? Okay.
I'm buying.
All right. Annalena speaks up. All right. She's in. Okay, Patrick's asking something that the price falls close to the liquidation price. Buy more at the current low price, how much? Yeah, I don't talk specifically about leverage during this portion. I'd rather save that for the the carbon and the beyond the bot stuff. But I know a lot of us do trade leverage and not necessarily just in the carbon program. So to answer your question, what I do is when I'm trading under normal circumstances, and that does not apply to today, I will usually do my entry on leverage, and then I will set a ladder buy immediately close to the liquidation price. And I'm usually at 10x, sometimes 5. But and then I also engage on Bybit the auto margin replenish.
Yeah,
Remember
that's
that,
the way to go.
did I get it right? Yeah, auto margin
Yep.
replenishment. I can't always remember what that's called. So that's sort of a a backup plan. Because sometimes the liquidation will kick in before that price, which is kind of before the price that it says when you first make the trade, which is kind of annoying. But engaging both of those both of those functions, your ladder buy and then your auto margin, will prevent liquidation. Now, whether that's the right strategy for the market, I don't know necessarily, but that's how I generally deal with avoiding liquidation on my personal trading. All right, so let's go ahead and move over to Altcoin Alert real quick. And gonna reload. I was looking at this earlier today, and there's actually quite a few good AA scores, probably because things have dropped so much. But look at that, we got double-digit drops in the last 24 hours. And Anchor is our #1 with 86.1. It's down 19%. I have the chart up here, and I'm not going to bother showing you a history. We all know everything's down. There's plenty of room to come back. So I'm on the 1 hour chart. And what I've decided to do is I'm looking at the RSI here, and I drew this line at the 50. There are trading strategies that rely on going above the 50 and below the 50 on the RSI. And that sort of crept back into my mind when I was looking at this. So I think what I would do in this situation is I'm on the hour chart. I'm going to set an alert on the RSI and the 50. I want it crossing up. Now you've seen me set alerts on the 5-minute chart, the 15-minute chart. The 15 is my go-to for these type of alerts, but the market is so, uncertain right now. I want more confirmation than my usual. So go once per bar close, AA 86.7. And that's my alert for Anchor. So if Anchor makes a nice recovery, starts to come up on the hour chart above this midline on the RSI, then I'll consider it. I still may not take the trade. I'll look at the other indicators in the market overall and Bitcoin and make a decision. But this is how I'm using Altcoin Alert today. But this is extremely cautious for me, going all the way to the hour chart to set my alerts. So you can do something similar on the MFI, the 40 or 50. Now what inspired this is I look back on Anchor, and when it's gone above the 50, it's had a nice move. Like here we got 5%. It dipped, then picked up another 10%. Well, actually it's 10% total. So that's a really good day trade in 18 hours. So if I see a move like that, I'm going to be interested. It's not perfect. Went over the 50 here. So, I could have gotten in there and then, so it's not perfect. Indicators at best are going to get you a 60% improvement over, throwing a dart in the wall or just jumping in whenever. So, and that's probably mostly the best we can hope for without being, you know, extremely more detailed. But anyway, any questions on Anchor?
Could it go to zero?
Annalena, did you say something?
I said, is it possible that it could go to zero?
To 0 cents?
It's close. Yeah.
Well, it's 4 cents now. So yeah, 4 cents isn't much different than 0 cents in the real world, but for a crypto, you know, let's look at the monthly chart, see if it's even, you know, it was first listed on Binance. It was around, you know, 0.2 of a cent. You know, we've seen crypto projects like this before,
That's
but
true.
you know, it's usually, its low has been around 4 cents. It's been as high as 20 cents. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, it could go to 0, but it's highly unlikely. Okay.
Wow.
Any, oh, shoot, someone's saying no call tonight. Are you, let me ask you this. Are you guys getting my emails?
Yes.
I'm thinking of changing to my Proton email because I'm wondering if people are getting it.
Yes, I'm getting it.
Okay,
I'm getting.
Yeah.
I'm getting them too. Thank you.
all right. Well, thanks for that confirmation. It would be a hassle to switch over, but what if Patrick piped up? He and I have been emailing about his email for weeks. All right, we did get him figured out, but
Well, CJ uses the same Zoom link, so I just put the link into my calendar and use the same link every time. So I don't really look at the emails.
Yeah, the old links don't work for early April. And he's sending it to my email address and I'm not getting it, period. So it's something with Yahoo.
yeah, I'm not sure what well, the get response program isn't showing it going. It shows you looking at older emails, but not the newer ones. But anyway, I think we've got it figured out on your viewpoint. I still might switch over to my Proton email, but anyway, sorry for that aside. That's not why you joined today, to talk about my email address. So let's see, we're done with Anchor. Yeah, Oliver's suggesting I move to Proton. We'll see. Altcoin alert. Let's look at one more. We'll look at Rune. Very bullish, 82.7. This is another one I'm thinking of buying and holding. Yeah, it looks nearly identical to the Anchor chart I just showed you. So, you know, my approach on this is going to be the same. You know, put that midline in here and do my alert on the 1 hour chart. Make sure it gets above that. That'll show some pretty good recovery strengths. No guarantee, but it's way better than nothing. So that's my suggestion, not financial advice. But if you do want to day trade during this mess, you know, on the long side, you know, wait for some evidence of recovery. If you want to short things, which is what I was doing today, yeah, there's a lot. You just throw a dart and pick your coin to short. You know, you see my list up here on Bybit and Binance. You know, you can just look at, see what's down, see what's going to keep going down. This waves. I shorted this morning because it was the only thing positive. I thought it was due for, and I couldn't find any reason why. So I thought it was due for a drop, and yeah, it was. So Luna's below 30. Okay. And then on Altcoin alert, we can also do the sort that Robert turned us on to, the 24-hour change. A few of them have come up last 24 hours, not many. Coin Metro coin, interesting. And the rest of these I've never seen before. I've never kind of heard of Komodo and Zap, but I've never traded them. Then on the on this sort. Yeah, XVS, super bearish. I think if you go in on any shorts in this market, when the market's so low already, you have to be careful that we don't hit a floor and then start pumping back up and you get caught in a short squeeze. So I suggest going in small, maybe do one ladder buy at the most, and then get out, do a stop loss. So is anyone else doing shorts right now?
Nope.
Okay, well, then I won't spend any time on it.
Just trying to keep my longs alive.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. All right, well then that's about all I had to say about Altcoin Alert. Mark's asking a question. If you talked about the dollar, I did say earlier that the dollar's been strong. I think I've got an index on my chart for that. Bitcoin is losing 30K, looks like. All right, what is that one called?
Bitcoin on the 5-minute chart is stabilized.
That's good. SPX, that's S&P 500. I thought I had one more indicator on here, but I don't.
It's DXY is the, oh, you're in the DXY?
Yeah, that's what I want.
That's not right.
The US dollar currency index.
Chart doesn't look right.
Yeah, I think this is the one Bryce has been talking about because he's been talking about it at 103.
US dollar currency index, yeah. I'm looking at the day. Maybe you're looking at a much tighter time frame.
Yeah, I'm looking at the 1 hour. So
Yeah,
yeah,
try the
that
day. That's
makes
a
more
better.
sense. All right, so yeah, you've seen the dollar's pumping up due to the Fed's actions. So in situations like that, that's going to negatively affect the stock market and coincidentally the crypto markets as well. So did talk a little bit earlier about the conditions leading to this, the war in Ukraine and all that, but this is one of the side effects as well, from the Fed's actions. So when's it going to stop? That's the question. So. Okay, Oliver's chiming in 29.9 for Bitcoin. Let's get back.
Is that the current value, or is that what he thinks is the bottom?
I don't know. Yeah, 29,980 right now. Well, it's no fun just to sit here and look at a price go down. So let's move on. Let's see. Yeah, I had a problem with this earlier, iCoinPro. See if I can bring it back up. Yeah, this isn't loading for some reason. All right, well, for those of you interested in iCoinPro, my apologies, it doesn't seem to want to load right now. Let's see, RSI SPY. It's something I use every day to look for coins that are beaten down or that are due for, that have been pumping or due for a comeback or a drop. But it's not working. So enough of that tomfoolery. Well, looks like Oliver's right, 29.9. Okay, He's suggesting he would buy ETH and Matic. Yeah, Matic is another one I was going to look at. Let's see, is Connie on tonight? I talked to her earlier. She said she might join us, but she actually had a situation. I don't think she'd mind me sharing with KuCoin that she made an error, transposed a number and transferring some XRP there, and they actually, for a small fee, resolved that transaction for her, and she was very happy. So I know we criticize the exchanges a lot, but I think when one does or goes above and beyond, we should let you folks know. So I like KuCoin for spot trading. I don't use it. I don't do a lot of spot trading anymore, but when I do, it's usually on KuCoin or Coinbase Pro. And I'm probably going to be sending some money there tonight to get in on some of these coins that have dropped so much. I'm just building a small bag. It's not really what we usually talk about on this show, but I think based on market conditions, talking about getting 2%, 3% on something going up when the whole thing's plunging isn't real useful. So that's my plan tonight. I already talked about, my staggered buys on actually my Bitcoin at 30,000 probably triggered. That looks like it did on Coinbase. So my next one's 28,000. We'll see if that one plays out. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting a lot of action in the chat, more than usual. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Oliver, you're gonna have to chime in on this one. I don't want to read this whole thing. If you want to talk about this, there's a story about Adam in here, which looks kind of interesting, but or you guys can read the chat yourself and look at that. So, all right, did iCoinPro come back? I don't know what's going on there. All right. Are there any particular projects you want to look at, or anything else going on in the market you guys want to chat about? I thought this one might be kind of short since I wasn't going to show you 6 or 7 coins that are pretty much going to be the same strategy and have the same chart. So
You're gonna look at Matic?
we can do that. Let's look at Matic.
Okay, thanks.
And we can discuss where we think good entries would be. I think that would be useful. So that's more of a swing trade approach. I think that's appropriate for the current market conditions. So on the day chart, Matic's been close to $3. The end of the year, it's now well below $1. How low can it go? If we're looking
Zero.
at support, it broke support here at $1. So a little bit more around here at 80 cents. It broke that. It's quite a bit more here around 33 cents. I think I was trading it back here back in the day. Oh, here we go. Here's another layer, another floor at about 70 cents. I think 70 cents is where I'd be looking to maybe ladder in, maybe every 10 cents after that, go in small, 70, 60, 50, 40, that kind of thing. But so that's what I might do with Matic, but I'm leaning more towards Solana and Luna. But again, not financial advice. Yeah, Oliver's chiming in that ETH and Matic have really good utility. I definitely agree that with ETH, Matic sometimes might get lost in the shuffle as some of these other layer 1s and layer 2s. I don't know enough about them, about the projects, white papers and things like that to talk about them in significant detail. But I've heard other people say that Matic might get left behind. But you know, who knows? It's had really good chart action the last couple of years, so people are very interested in it. So we will see what happens with that. But yeah, I like an entry around 70 cents. Maybe do an alert there, and then look at the market at the time. If it's still plunging down, don't buy it yet. But if it's kind of, you know, going sideways, ranging, then that might be a good entry point. And Luna. It's already down to its low last year, last summer, $23. Yeah, I'd probably put an alert around 25 and then reevaluate. Same way I just discussed about Matic. And Solana is the other one that interests me. It's currently at support. Actually broke support here around 65. It's hanging around 61 at the moment. So I think this one would be another like 60, 50, 40 kind of approach. You put your alert on 60, maybe 55, and, you know, reevaluate when that hits. All right. Any other questions or things to discuss, coins to look at? Very well. Well, I'll go ahead and end the this Zoom here. For those of you in Carbon, hang around a little longer. We're gonna start a new Zoom for that project. If you're watching this on the recording, thank you for that. Please see the information in the comments below. They help fund this station. And we'll see you next time.